Welcome to Subramani. I've been doing a lot of talking about wealth creation, which will lead to something, right? It would lead to financial freedom for whatever else you want in life. So you have to have some motivation to create wealth, and believe me, money is not a great motivator. It's like saying I want to go to the gym because I want to go to the gym. It does not happen. You don't want to go to the gym. Going to the gym is not a process which many people enjoy. Some people do enjoy, but it is not normally what you enjoy. So you need to have a goal why you want to create wealth. It could be financial freedom, saying, oh, I want to do whatever I want to do in life. I have a lot of hobbies, so I need financial freedom. It could be saying, oh, I actually don't have too many hobbies, but I want to set up a school. I want to set up a charitable hospital. I want to do something. I want to do a lot of charity. A friend of mine is running a school. I want to contribute 20 lakhs to it. So that I have to earn enough to meet my expenses. Plus, I want to contribute 20 lakhs, 20 crores, whatever is the amount that you wish to contribute. Could be 20,000, could be 2 lakhs, whatever be the amount. So either financial freedom or doing charity, right, or saying I want to grow other parts of my profession. I want to become a good singer, and I won't make too much money singing, so I want to create wealth so that I can look after my hobbies, right? That could be a motivator. There has to be some motivator. If you are not motivated enough to go to a gym, you have to find the motivation, right? I want to be a better runner. I want to do 5K in 25 minutes. I've been doing it at 32 minutes. I want to do it in 25 minutes. Or I want to do half marathon under 2. I've done at 2:05, so I want to do it at slightly under 2. That could be the goal, right? Any goal. I mean, I'm just giving examples. So if you don't have a goal like that, going to the gym regularly is tough. Exactly how you cannot create wealth just for creating wealth. Oh, I need more money. That's not enough motivator. Money is not a motivator at all. You can keep looking at your balance sheet, keep looking at your net wealth and say, oh, my wealth is growing, but that's not motivation enough. There has to be a purpose to that motivation. Can you just say, I want to become richer? I doubt whether that is enough of a motivator. You have to say, okay, therefore I want to buy a bigger house, I want to create more wealth, I want to do more charity, I want to give away to somebody, I want to buy one house for both my children. Anything, some motivator is required for you to create wealth. You can reach a stage and say, okay, I don't have any more goals. Now I will create wealth for wealth's sake, and then I will start using it judiciously also. You cannot just keep on accumulating wealth and leave it for somebody else, right? Very rarely would you do it. You won't create wealth just for leaving. Maybe that's your goal. That's also fine. I want to leave 10 crores for each of my children. That could be a goal, but there has to be some goal. And if there is no goal, it is just pure wealth creation. That's fantastic, because now there is absolutely no pressure on you as to what return you get, etc. So wealth creation, step one is to have a very strong motivation to create wealth. Don't think of this as something frivolous. If you don't have that motivation, you will not take the steps which are required to create wealth. So first, find that motivating, what motivates you, why you want to create wealth. For whatever reason it is you want to create wealth, find out the reasons why you want to create wealth. It's also important that in life that you give more value than what you take, whether it is your employer, whether it is your client or anything, right? So you have to give more. For example, I've heard people, I think Monish Pabrai says, when I went to have lunch with Warren Buffett, which was a paid lunch, the money goes to charity. I realized that I had paid an X amount, but Warren Buffett wanted to give me back much more than what I had paid him. So that desperate attempt by Warren Buffett to give back more to Monish Pabrai than what he got, I think is a very important thing. That what he got paid by Monish Pabrai is a very good indicator as to why a person like Warren Buffett creates so much wealth. Remember, he is not a wealth manager, he is just a wealth creator, he is a owner. So there's a big difference between him and a Peter Lynch or a Naren Shankaran or a Roshi Jain or any of these people. There's a big difference. They are fund managers, whereas he's the owner. But he was desperate. Manish Pabrai's thing is saying he was more eager to give back much more than what I had paid for. So in life, to create wealth, you have to start giving much more than what people expect. If you take 1 rupee from somebody, try to give back 10. so that he will come back to you or she will come back to you, and you will get to participate in the process of creating wealth for others for whatever means. So when they feel that they are getting value for money, whether you're serving food in a hotel, or whether you are a wealth manager, or whether you are a barber cutting somebody's hair, it does not really matter. When you keep giving much more than what you are getting, chances are you are in a very sensible portion of your wealth creation technique, right? So if you give more than what you take, chances are people will come back and say, oh, it is worth it. One very important lesson which I tell young people starting out in the wealth creation business is, be very, very honest about what with people whom you are dealing. 100% integrity, no doubt about that. If you're going to be late for a meeting, call up and say you're late. Don't say I was stuck in traffic. Honestly, nobody believes it. If you say you are in Bombay or Bangalore and you are stuck in traffic and you're late, you're joking, because you are expected to understand that there will be traffic. Unless you're coming by train in Bombay, you cannot say you know how much time you will reach, right? I reached 6 kilometers. It took me 1 hour in Bangalore a couple of days ago, right? 1 hour for 6 hours, I could have walked faster, right? But it takes time. You have to know that if you are going for an important meeting, go with enough time in your hand. Live with 100% integrity. If you make a mistake with your client's money, go and tell the client upfront, look, I made this mistake, can we correct it, right? Don't wait for the mistake to become very big, or somebody else to tell your client, or you completely ignoring, hoping that the client won't find out. Don't do this. Live with 100% integrity. And if you are in the wealth creation business, be aware that the biggest risk in wealth creation business is greed. Getting greedy. If you are a fund manager, make sure that you are happy with the returns that the client is getting. Don't be jealous of the return that your client is getting. This is true whether you are a fund manager or whether you are a broker. You are in the business of managing money, or you're in the business of executing transactions. You be happy with the money that you earn. Please understand, if your client is getting rich, it is because of the risk that the client took, not because of your genius, right? So don't get jealous and say, oh, I created this wealth. You didn't, the market did. You were there, you were lucky to have been there, right? So I have done a video called The Donkey Story. Please go and see it. I'm not putting a link, I'm too lazy to do it, but go and see that. It is the market which is giving the return, not you. Have that ego under control, have that greed under control, and be 100% honest with your with dealing with your clients. It pays very good returns in the long run. Don't try creating your own rules and say, oh, this is okay, the client doesn't even know this, right? To create wealth, you have to be courageous and go against the tide. It doesn't mean you cross the track when the signal is red, or don't cross the track at all. Don't cross the road when the signal is red, but you have to have a lot of courageous decisions which go against the grain of what you think, right? For example, one very big wealth manager told me, there is nothing great about HDFC Limited. It's a dull, boring mortgage company. Which just showed to me that even though she understood some portions of the wealth management, they did not understand all the portions, because HDFC was India's Berkshire Hathaway. They made and created wealth by the companies that they promoted, right? So that was the way they created wealth, not by just money lending. Of course, they lend money to buy shares, like just as much as Berkshire Hathaway gives insurance cover. But the real wealth comes from the businesses that they created and developed. That is where HDFC Limited made its money. So understanding from where the money, from where the business is making money, and being courageous to say, I will take a position in this much before the world will. So whether it is Zomato, whether it is Paytm, whether it is Indigo, whether it is GMR Airports, any of these companies, you will not get a chance to buy these shares after these businesses are big and successful. You had to enter them at much lower prices when they were showing promise. and not when they've got the performance. So you have to be courageous in your wealth creation technique, not just in stock picking but in wealth creation generally. For example, in March 2020, if you were experienced enough, you would have been buying shares. In retrospect, I can say yes, that was a great time to be buying. But could the COVID have lasted longer and tested your patience more? Answer is yes. Did it happen? No. Could COVID strike again? Maybe not. Maybe something else could strike. We are never ever prepared for any of these things. But when these things happen, you have to show a lot of courage and discipline. Because you could have courage, but you may not have the discipline. You may postpone. You may procrastinate. Right? So a protection against not implementing or procrastination is lack of discipline. You keep saying, "Oh, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it day after tomorrow. I know I have to do it. I know my some of the shares my mother is holding is in single name. I don't have a nominee. I will postpone. I will do that." And then when disaster strikes, we keep wondering what is happening, and then we keep blaming the government. For example, it's very easy for us to blame the government and say 5 crore cases are pending or 50 crore cases are pending. Doesn't matter. Why is it pending? Because many like you and me have not made a proper will, have not done proper documentation, and therefore when things go wrong, we go and stand in the court, and the courts are overburdened. Please take responsibility for your investment actions, for your life actions, because it is easy to blame somebody else. Oh, my sister is in US, she has to come only, then we can sell this flat, or some nonsense like that. To sell a house in India, you don't need your sister. You need to meet a broker. You finalize everything. Ask your sister to come in for a day and go. Tickets are not so expensive. Don't give all those things as an excuse. Many people do, right? So having the discipline to do whatever you are doing is very important in your wealth creation process. I'll continue it in the next episode.